Well, there it is, guys. What do y'all think? For those of you who don't already know, and most of you probably already do, this is a Ruger PC4. Or some people like to call it a PC40 because it uses a 40 caliber round. And basically it is a automatic pistol caliber carbine, which means it's a rifle that shoots a pistol caliber. Ruger made two variants of this, the PC4, which is this one here, and they also made a PC9, which fires the 9mm parabellum. And they were initially designed, guys, to be a companion weapon for the police department, a shoulder-fired version of their standard issue sidearm, provided that it was a Ruger P series, because that's the type of magazines that it uses. So if you have a Ruger P series, you got your ammunition, your magazines are all right there. Grab this out of the cruiser and you're on your way. So you don't have to worry about grabbing a different set of magazines or a different kind of ammunition or something like that. And it works out well for people that have Ruger P series pistols now, like for home defense or personal carry. This would be a good home defense companion because, like I said, you already got the magazines, rounds, and you're ready to go. Guys, this thing right here is a joy to shoot. I will be honest with you. I was really impressed with how this thing fired. It feels great in the hand. The balance is unparalleled for the size of it and what it is, which is a blowback design rifle. And a lot of blowback designs tend to be real front heavy. The balance isn't that good. Ruger really did a good job with this one, I think, in how they position the weight, because the weight of the side assembly has to be heavy on these blowback designs, guys, in order to keep the chamber closed long enough for the round to exit the end of the barrel. And so that tends to make them a little bit front heavy, okay? And the springs in them are kind of stiff, but this one, they made up for that because of the way that they weighted it. This thing felt extremely balanced. It was extremely easy to handle. And as far as the recoil, while it was a little bit more than I kind of thought it would be, being that it's just a 40 caliber round, it was still extremely light, lighter than almost any rifle. Probably in the ballpark of a 223 AR, right in that ballpark. But it's very manageable. We fired over 100 rounds through this thing, no fatigue at all, and it shot like a dream. We were shooting out to about 50 yards, and I'll tell you right now, it was accurate as hell. I was very impressed. Now, I've read and watched a couple of other videos that people have had up about them. You know, they're shooting to 100 to 150 yards, and after 100 yards, the accuracy starts to not be as consistent, and I think that has to do a lot with the round that they're using. But up to 100 yards, it's pretty good, guys. Really, it is. Like I said, we didn't shoot it at 100. We shot it at 50, and it was just about dead on. Clear your throat, damn it. Oh, sorry guys, I had to get something to drink. And my throat pisses me off when I start talking. Can't clear my throat clear. But one of the things that Ruger did do, which a lot of people claim is an issue, is they put a lot of safety around it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't notice that. It didn't seem to affect the performance and how well I was able to shoot it or the quickness of it. But they put a lot of safeties around it. It has an automatic drop and a firing pin safety on it. And one of the downsides to these blowback design weapons, guys, is that they tend to not have a, they tend to not lock closed. And what I mean by that is whenever you close the chamber on it, they tend to not lock themselves closed. Well, this particular rifle employs a chamber lock. Oh, I call it a chamber lock. It's probably not called that, but it keeps the chamber closed unless you pull the trigger or you manually cycle the firearm. If you jar it or like maybe drop it and the butt of the rifle hits the ground, a lot of blowback designs will tend to come open just a little bit because the only thing holding them closed is spring pressure. And this one does not do that. Does not have a problem at all with that because of that locking design. And when we take it apart, I'll show it to you. So I think that's a good safety feature. Plus it also has one back here for the trigger, behind the trigger guard as well. Manual safety there. And as I said, the balance on this weapon is very good. And it's just a joy to shoot. It really is a joy to shoot. Now, Another drawback that people didn't like is that because it is all one design, there is no aftermarket stocks. This is it. And the trigger assembly is all inside the stock itself. It's totally separate from the rest of the rifle. And so we'll show you that whenever we take it apart. So we might as well do that now. Okay, disassembly on it is not bad at all. What you will need is a screwdriver. And I've got this Allen wrench here, and I'll show you what this is here in a minute. Some kind of liken it to some of the 1911 takedowns on the guide rod. But to take it apart, you have to remove the barrel ring, and there's a takedown screw here. Flat hitting screwdriver will do the job. Loosen it up. Now when you loosen this ring up, this barrel ring, you will need to separate it just a little bit. What I found the best way to do that, hold it up, just push, and that way you can take the barrel ring off. It is notched, okay? And then you take this takedown screw out. And if you have trouble with this screw backing itself out, you can put a little bit of blue Loctite on it, but we didn't notice it getting any looser. All right, and so there we are. Now there is a cover that's on top of it. Just grab hold of it, it lifts straight off. It's held on back here with the clips at the back end, and of course the barrel ring holds the front end of it on. And then to take it apart, all you do is just lift it right up out of the stock itself. And it has these two hooks back here at the back that go into slots in the back of the stock itself. Now, looking at the stock, guys, this is what I mean. Your entire trigger assembly is inside. Kind of set up a little bit like an AR, with an AR type of a hammer or an AK type of a hammer. But it's all inside here. So there are no, like I said, any aftermarket stocks that I'm aware of. Now, I guess if you were ingenuity or had some ingenuity to you, you could probably modify this in some way. But for what this was designed for and what you can use it for now, depending on what you want to use it for, I didn't see an issue with this. It does have a bolt hold open, which Ruger does call this a slide stop. Okay, to go in companion with their pistols. But there's a stock that's pretty simple, straightforward, nothing to it. Now the blowback design right here, and this is what I was talking about. If you'll look here, there's a fulcrum style, what I call chamber lock, and it will not come back on its own. So it holds it unless this is engaged. And once it's engaged, then it will go ahead and let it release and come back. Now, this would be me simulating pressing the trigger or pulling the trigger, which would press on this and unlock it. And you can also, if you manually pull on the charging handle, it'll come back because the charging handle is spring loaded and it has a pin on it that will disengage the lock as well. But if you're going to take it apart to clean it, that's the first part of the disassembly. The second part, you want to push down on it, and our guide rod here has a hole in it. Hence, it's what the small Allen wrench is for. Okay, and you bring it back forward just a little bit, lift it, and you just twist it out. And if you're not careful, sometimes the charging handle will come out as well. And if it does, don't worry about it. Here's the plunger right here that I was talking about before. And when it comes out, there's a spring that's on it. And it has a pin that comes back. And this pin coming back into the back part of the bolt of the bolt carrier group is what releases the lock. The spring is symmetrical, so it doesn't matter which way it goes. But it does matter which way this plunger goes on this charging handle. The big end of the plunger goes into the charging handle first. Just hold it in and just kind of set it back down in and guide it in. And you can see how it works like that. But that's as far as you need to take it apart to do a clean on it. Now you can go ahead and take the guide rod and the spring out, but guys, if you do that, it is kind of a pain in the ass to get back in. Now back here, you'll see the weight that I was talking about. This is a big round spacer. It's got a huge spring on it right here. This adds the weight to it at the back of it, which I think balances this out. So it's not all here on the very front end. There is a lot of weight to this piece right here though. And like I said, on these blowbacks, you have to have a lot of weight so it'll hold it closed until a projectile exits the end of the muzzle. But from here, you can clean this up real well. You can punch the bore and get all your cleaning done, and you're ready to put it back together. Reassembly of it, again, it's very, very simple. First thing, you want to guide the charging handle down into where the ejection port is and just kind of twist it in. Kind of rides back in that way. All right. Come to the back of it, push down on it, release the pressure off of your Allen wrench or whatever you have. And there you go. Lock works. And you're good to go. Now when you reassemble it, there's a couple things here. On the stock itself, there's a safety lever switch here. It has to be all the way forward before the hammer will fire. That's what this part of the slide assembly does. Again, you can't pull it back unless this is all the way forward. The hammer must be cocked in order to reassemble the firearm. And one other thing about it, I'm going to put this on my leg to show you how to do this. Hopefully we can keep it in frame. You take these two hooks back here, guide them down into the frame. It just kind of slides back forward. Now, if you go ahead and put it all together like this, okay, it's not going to work. It won't fire. You can't cycle it no matter what you do. And first couple of times I put this thing back together, it's like, oh crap, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Very, very simple. There's a procedure to it. Before you put it all the way together, start where this blowback assembly just starts into the stock itself. Pull back just a little bit and then let it go. And your mechanism will work. So when you take it apart, in order to put it back together, before you push it all the way down into the stock, you get it lined up. Don't let it make a liar out of you. Pull back just a little bit and drop it down in the stock, and it'll work every single time. That's all there is to it. Okay, and from there, you have your takedown screw. Just put it back in. Again, if you're having trouble with it backing out, guys, you can use a little bit of Loctite on it. We didn't have any issue with that, so but if you do, there it is. You make sure you use the blue. It doesn't have to be super tight, but give it a little torque. Okay. Then the cover goes back on. And then your barrel ring. And you tighten it back up. And then you're back together, ready to go. Now, it will not stay open on last round fired, empty magazine. So if you put it in, it will go ahead and go back home. If you want to hold the bolt open, pull it back. Use your bolt hold open lever or your slide lock, and it'll hold the bolt carrier group back. And that's all there is to it, guys. Pretty simple. It's easy to take apart, it's easy to clean. You will need a screwdriver to do, and the simple design of the blowback is it's very, very efficient in what it does. Now, there have been some people I've read where they've had problems with them firing and jamming and not having issues. We had none with this. Fired like a champ. Absolute pleasure to fire. And like I said, the length of it, if you wanted to use it for home defense, it's a good little length for that. Easy to maneuver around with. If you're using it in a rural area, it'd be a great little varmint gun. Small game gun. There's that damn train again. Not any issue there. It's a good plinkster. However, 9mm or 40, kind of expensive to be out plinking with. Most people use a 22, but you could use it for that. There might be some competitions where you could use it, like on metal targets or whatever. Again, acquisition would be great. It does come with two different types of sights, guys. Now, the sights on this one are the standard iron sights. And you can adjust the windage here with a small screwdriver, and you can adjust the elevation here. Of course, it is spring loaded. But if it doesn't have these sights, the other one you can get for it is Ghost Rings. And if I'm not mistaken, you can buy the Ghost Ring rear sights for it and put it on here if you wanted to. So that might help, like I said, give you a little bit greater sight picture for aiming. Does come with a standard Ruger style mounting bracket, so you can put optics on it. Probably get an adapter for it to put a Picatinny rail on it if you wanted to. But overall, guys, I think it's a nice little rifle. It's a shame that they don't make them anymore. But you can still find them in gun shops and maybe online. They tend to run anywhere between about $450 and $600, something like that. So if you're out and you see one that's in good shape, it's a good price on it, you might surprise yourself if you grab it. Like I said, we got some shooting video of this coming up. We're going to put up at a later date. And so that's it, guys. What do you guys think of the PC4? Let me know if you guys got one. What do you think about it? If you got one where you're shooting it or something, link a vid to it if you've done it. I'll happily approve it. And rock and roll. That's all I got, guys. See y'all later.